Every once in a while, I like to peruse through my subscribers and followers, an intelligent and distinguished group of individuals that I definitely didn't call crazy in the previous edition of this video series. The usual rules apply. They have to primarily be English speaking, have uploaded content in the last year, and have at least one subscriber. A lofty bar to hurdle over, I know. Let's see what you've made then.
Construction complete.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Frontliner 2 is front and center of this edition, because they asked to be in the last episode. The primary focus of their channel is strategy games, with particular emphasis being given to Dune 2 The Golden Path, a multiplayer-focused Dune 2 sourceport, with a 24-part series featuring their attempts to beat 3 Harkonnen computers on hard. Masochism. There's also some nice chivalry and majesty content on there too, and a rare sighting of an online Warcraft 1 match. Now there's a throwback. Thari314 is a sound font channel belonging to Sri Lankan YouTuber W. Duwindu Farinda Pereira, which I am undoubtedly pronouncing wrong, so apologies in advance. They developed Colombo GMGS2, a sound font that combines their own samples with ones from Arachno, SGM, Corium, and several others, including samples from a Tyros 4, which is always a good idea. Aside from their excellent taste in tone, the channel features a selection of interesting and bizarre covers, intended to show the flexibility of the sound fonts they make. Everything from early Spice Girls to classic Opeth, all the way back to Lee Jackson and Dan Wentz. It's well worth a look, and I'll investigate Colombo in particular in more detail in the future.
I don't need to use anything else now, do I? So just all chain guns for the rest of the day. Students, remember to bring your chain guns for the rest of the class.
Gaming Wolf hosts amusing stream of consciousness let's plays of old 90s games for multiple platforms. They have a whole load of content, including a lot of IdTech 1 stuff, like the underrated lost episodes of Doom. But the view counts are exceedingly low for some reason. That should be changed, as this up-and-comer... Wait, what? 11,000 subscribers? Okay, Wolf, that requires some explaining. Evil Streaks has a channel full of game development stuff and random music, including the Omnicron Conspiracy remake that I'll be tackling soon, and a remake of Scorched Earth, and an unfinished one of Elvira Mistress of the Dark that they should absolutely complete. It's a goldmine, and is surprisingly old at 12 years of age, but the crowning jewel is clearly their cover of the Kellogg's Honey Nut Loops theme. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna join in.
Kellogg's Honey Nut Loops, let's loop together. Kellogg's Honey Nut Loops, let's loop together. Kellogg's Honey Nut Loops, let's loop together. Kellogg's Honey Nut Loops, let's loop together.
Where are you going? Don't unsubscribe!
I needed a new tool, and that's basically a binary to be saved tool. And the reason for that is I've been trying to integrate some code into GW Basic, and so I've been creating a conf file, then converting the conf file to binary, and then loading it up into GW Basic and renumbering, and that turned out to be a pretty big hassle for me constantly doing that. So I realized if I saved it as a bsave file, the conf file, I could easily just load it up with a couple lines.
Retro Nick is a veteran programmer who explains in detail the operation of many of the programming languages that were used to put DOS and Amiga games together, whether it's tutorials using Free or Turbo Pascal, Q and Amiga Basic, and many other things. Nick sits in the corner of a video and dispenses wisdom on the topic in a calm and measured fashion. He's approaching 300 subscribers too, so clearly people are starting to listen. Get off my lawn! There are certain users who offer their thoughts in the comment section more than others on this channel, and Pops Freshenmeyer, when he's not working at the Springfield nuclear power plant, is one such user. Aside from their wonderful Simpsons reference and get off my lawn graphics, Pops offers the occasional tutorial and has a series of commentary-free videos featuring lots of racing and sims. I owe my robust physique to his tubes of triple bleached goo.
I'm Reese, and welcome to Control-Alt-Reese.
Control-Alt-Reese is going to be big. I mean, they're already much bigger than the likes of me, but I'm talking retro man cave big here. I often annoy them over Twitter, and they're a fantastic sport about it. They're also a fantastic hardware and gaming channel, with quite a focus on the Atari ST. So if the likes of LGR, RMC, 8-Bit Guy and so on are your cup of tea, then Reese is your next great discovery.
Not great.
Games and Toilets Productions is a very apt name. Ever wanted a pile of educational and adventure games played through a terrible upload quality interspersed with detailed breakdowns of various toilets that the user encounters? Of course you have. This is the channel you've been waiting for. But then over 2,000 people know that already. Will you be adding to that number?
Clunky modifications, and then we just put it onto reset here. Let's try it again. So what I'm going to test now is turning off the drive while the C64 is on. I know I'm not supposed to do it, but I want to see if it still works.
Bwak or Bwak has been renovating his Bwak cave, but when they're not doing that, their channel specializes in repairs of old microcomputers and related topics, with plenty of narration and discussion involved in each video. It's all very likeable stuff if you're heavily into your hardware and electronics, particularly if you effect your own repairs. Last time I used a soldering iron, my arm went numb. I may have slipped.
I've got here a 3DFX Voodoo 2, the legendary 3D accelerator released back in 1998. And then separately here, I have an HP Compaq thin client PC with a PCI slot here. So I'm going to try and fit these together and give this a go, see if it's going to work.
James Mackenzie makes short instructional and discussion videos about neat hardware bits and bobs, like the Pi Midi and the Dream Blaster X2GS. My only critique, and I do have one, would be that this particular James doesn't show his face. Look, if I can do it, you can do it. With a voice like yours and production levels more like Reese's, you could grab yourself far more than 550 subscribers.
It was debuted last week at Silly Venture 2020, so the demo got released today, and I want to take a look at it. So this is Dread on the Atari ST. Let's take a look.
Speaking of people with confident presentation, the puntastic Mission Ed Possible is a niche Atari-centric channel that deserves many more subs than it has. Over the past year, Ed has slowly been improving his production, and he's currently doing a series that may well drive him insane by writing a roguelike in assembly on the Atari. With the increasing amount of HD video capture devices and better sound equipment, more and more of these channels are starting to pop up in the retro gaming sphere that really showcase things on an almost professional level. In other words, I need to up my game. Well done everyone. Until next time.